Hey guys, welcome to the Grandpa channel. Brad, good to see you. Marcus, dang, look at Brian, man. Good to see you all. Thanks for joining the show. And for everybody out there, we're going to have a really good show here. We got Marcus from Idaho Quadcopters, and we have TDR Drones from, Bryan Singleton from TDR Drones. So here we go. Brad.
Al, I got to stop you right there. It is not TDR drones. It's TDR drones and Ebikes.
And Ebikes, correct.
There you go. And scooters.
And scooters.
Scooters too.
Yeah. But you notice Brian's banner underneath, that's how he put it. So I decided to follow his lead.
I don't care. You just
don't
say the drones. That's
I know. It's just freaking drones. Bryan Singleton, man. He's a legend because he speaks his mind. And wow, you're approaching 13,000 subscribers, my friend. That's unbelievable. Great job.
Who cares?
And Marcus, you're over 13K. So yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy stuff. So it looks like we have quite a few people joining now. Maddie, thank you for joining. And we have Brian's there, of course.
Oh,
and,
Mark Fisher just joined. Welcome in, Mark.
Yeah. We'll let Brad do that. The gig, and I wanted to kind of share a video with you guys. Let me see if I can still share it. Can I share it? Yeah, I should be able to share it.
Are you going to share the video of the Skydio going in the drink?
You like that one?
You're going to show us?
No, this is actually SpinuUp. So what do we do this? What are we talking?
I haven't seen that one in a while.
Thanks, man.
We can revisit that one later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was like watching your child drown. Oh my gosh, that was just horrible.
Classics, Drone Bomb, that was a classic.
Yeah.
When he did it, Billy Kyle, he dropped his in the off Long Island or something.
Yeah, he took a little long way home, right?
Yeah,
and he burnt up too much battery.
I think Drone Bomb forgot about the headwind coming back. I think that's where his mistake was.
First rule is fly into the headwind.
Right.
Well, guys, what in the comments? Let us know what's happening to you guys. Your worst, problem you've had with the drones. That would be cool. All right, so let me see if I can play this for you guys. Let me see if I can get it here. All right, here we go.
Thing I'm not a big fan of is actually the battery. It maybe, but a couple times I've had an error that says your batteries, it's enough to power it up, but it's not enough to actually
get the communication set. Try the on and off button.
You want to record?
Yeah, I think I have one.
Okay, so this video here is the Mavic 2 Pro. It looks very similar to the Mavic 3, but it's not what camera you use, but how you use the camera. And this is Chris's Hope's Phantom 4 right there on the bottom.
300. There we go. Look at that.
That's the money shot.
There it is. Oh wow.
And we're flying through that soup.
Zoom. So you hit this.
And this is what it looks like when you're above the soup.
Yeah,
So
pretty cool.
And the skyline's in the background. You'll see it. And so this is just the beginning of the video. And I'm going to go ahead and...
Oh, what a view. Oh, right there.
Yeah, amazing views, no
Yeah, you
doubt.
can see off in the
So at
distance.
some point it goes to a
Off in the
digital
distance
zoom. It's
also
optical
there.
for like, I don't know, 4x.
4x, right.
So there we go. I'll go ahead and stop
I
this.
was lucky enough to be the one flying during that video, I think.
Yeah, you were.
That was an amazing drone. It felt good, and it was fast on the vertical. I mean, it shot up there. I think
And that's what everybody talks about, how
Yeah,
fast it is on the vertical, right?
I think it moves 18 meters per second on the vertical.
Wow.
All right, so Marcus has got the big one. Big one. Here.
Let's see it.
So do you want to see it, Al?
Yes,
I
I
want to
do.
see it.
Here it is, big moment, big screen.
Here it
Big
is, the SJRC F11
I'm not talking
Pro.
about that.
One that everybody's been waiting for. Just
Oh, look at those cheap motors on it, man.
today. Just now here it is. Here's the big bad boy. This big jock strap that they put on there is the handiest freaking thing ever for a drone. It is so much easier to deal with than the old, clip that you'd have to put on.
I hate those, Marcus. Those clips.
Yeah, and this thing is, you just pull this little guy here up, and it's even magnetic too, and then the whole thing just pops off.
Oh, that's
you know what I'd like about what I just read about today about that gimbal
really nice.
That gimbal locks into place now and doesn't free float.
Well, the other thing is it keeps the frickin' props from flopping around.
Right.
And anybody, from your Air 2S to your Mavic Mini, you try and put them back in the case, and the props are always catching when you're trying to put them back in there. This deal keeps them in pretty good shape.
I like that. That's right.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks for sharing. So you had a chance to fly it today. Tell us a little bit about it.
I have not, Al. It rained all day today.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm headed out. Listen, on a drone like this, there's only one thing to do. And I think Bryan probably knows what I'm talking about, the signature move. I go out there to the Snake River Canyon dedication point. I'm going to pick that drone up a few feet, and then it's just going boom right out over the canyon, and sink or swim, so to speak. But this is DJI, so yeah, I think it's going to swim. Anyway, that's my intention.
It'll be fine.
Tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day, so it should be good.
Well, I heard with that OcuSync 3 Plus, it's supposed to have a range now, what, 15 kilometers?
Which honestly, where I'm at out there, you probably could kind of do it, although not with me on the sticks. But
not that you want to go out to 15 kilometers or whatever that 9-point-some miles is. It's just a matter of it being a much stronger signal, closer in and around buildings and structures. I would think would be the better signal strength.
Well, let's put it this way. I think it'll go a little further than the SJRC F11.
Hey, listen, Bryan, all kidding aside, this guy is supposed to have a 3-kilometer range on it. And I'm going to tell you this, the predecessor, the F11, it really, range-wise, it was pretty good. So
that F11 is the one I took and went like that and snapped it in half.
You did?
Oh, no.
Mine it flew great the first flight, and it was a piece of junk after that.
Really? I had pretty good. Anyway, so we'll see. Anyway, that's not what anybody cares about. Everybody's here to talk about this guy.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we also have a very good conversation piece here, which is the Xeno Mini Pro. Oh, everybody goes quiet.
Having audio issues, Al. What's up?
I like the FPV Mini better.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Bryan.
I do. I like it better.
What is the big things that you liked about? Well, what are the differences that sway you to the FPV Mini?
I think the FPV Mini, I just like it better because it's just easier to deploy. See, I'm a big fan of easy deployment.
And it pisses me off. There's so many things that pisses me off about that one, but except for the camera. I really like the camera. One is that I can't mount it on top of another drone and fly it together because you freaking have to start the motors, man, and then we'll start the video.
You're the only one that cares about that particular feature.
Well, drones. I remember when he did that video last year where he had the drones on top of each other. They were.
Well,
Didn't you have that last year, Al? You had a drone sitting on top of a drone or something like that?
He's done that a couple of times.
That's a signature Al move.
Yeah. But Al, can't you remove the props off of it? Will that work?
No, they have to be spinning for the video to turn on. It shuts down the whole video. Like the whole VTX is shut down until it comes up. It's kind of the same way when you start a DJI air unit on an FPV quad is in low power mode. As soon as you start it, it fires up to 500 milliwatts. What do you got there? The Xeno Mini 2.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I got these Xeno Mini Pro experts in here, maybe somebody can answer one question for me. Because this is one of the things that really grinds on my last nerve about that drone, is that it doesn't let you see what the camera sees until you take off. Is that There's no setting that I'm missing there, or
no. It's just it's because they're worried about it overheating, Brian.
Yeah, I know it does get hot.
Yeah, that's why they give you that stupid little heat sink that you took off like I did.
Works. It works.
Yeah, it won't burn you.
You know, I haven't flown this thing for oh gosh, probably a couple of weeks, and it's still hot.
Yeah, I noticed it's hot. You have to get it going. You can't let it sit there and just idle. You know, when I was trying to do all these calibrations and get it all worked out, I had that heat sink on, but it made it so it wouldn't shut off. You know? So it does work. That thing does work.
Hey, I want to take a moment, welcome in a few folks. Greg, Harley FPV's in the house. We got Steve Carpenter in, SC Aerials. I don't know if we said it earlier. Maddie's in, Maddie's Drone World. We've got Mark Fisher, EM Drone. Johnny Drone Flyer's in the house. He's just listening right now. Welcome, everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Ken's here, Place It Here. Welcome.
Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, we're going to bounce around all over the place, guys. We're going to be talking SpinuUp. We're going to talk Mavic 3. We're going to be talking Xeno. And whatever Brian decides to talk about, we'll talk about it. Okay?
That really just, man, I don't like, I just, sitting there with the drone on the ground and I want to getting ready to take off and I can't see the screen. I don't like that.
I know you
don't like it.
I can't even set my manual camera settings. I got to blow a whole minute up in the air doing, you know, setting my manual settings. It looks good. And on top of that, you don't have the history. The other things I really don't like is that I have to have it powered up and plugged into the computer to get my videos out. And then I have to run the fan. If you filled up your 64 gigs or 128 gigs, that thing is beeping at you for like 10 minutes because my download rate is only like 30 megabytes a second, and I usually do.
Can I get to the whole matter though, Al? The biggest problem with this drone, you know, the OA sensors are these OA sensors are garbage. They don't work very well, and when they do work, they overheat the drone and they mess up the video. What happens is when you have it on, it compresses the video, and the video comes out like it's a cartoon or something at high speed. But worse than that, what we were hoping for with this camera, that with the bigger sensor on it, what is it, Al? It's a 1/2.3, something like that. We were hoping for good quality video.
Yeah, it's 1/4, you know. So why don't you just say it's a 1 point blah 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 inch sensor, right?
Yeah, but what I'm running into is I still have jello in the video. I still have that watercolor effect in the video, and in the corners often it's blurry. It's not very crisp. And Brian came from the original Hubsan Zeno. I'm going to do a comparison test one of these days with the original Hubsan Zeno and this thing. And I'm telling you, the original Hubsan Zeno puts out a better quality video than this guy.
It does. Now, you know, jumping back to that Xeno Mini, which I like better anyway, I did notice that the video, because I just posted a video today, and if you really, and it's in 4K, so if you really watch it close, it has this little bit of jitter in there, you know, this little bit of jitter. Not all the time, but in certain times there's this little bit of jitter. But it has incredible color. The color on that thing is really. I was really impressed with the color.
Brian, in my mind, that is the best camera that FEMI has ever put on any drone.
Agreed.
I was I mean, if you go check out my video, Marcus, I just skim through it, and you'll see the shots of the lake, and I was just blown away by the color.
Yeah, the only thing that guy still has, it has a little bit of that, what do they call it, spotlighting effect or vignetting, where the center is brighter than the corners. Honestly, that doesn't bother me that much. I went through 4 of them. Right? I went through 4 of them before I got a good one. But the one I have now, it actually, just like you said, it flies good, and it that video to me is for the price is very acceptable.
Yeah, no, come to think of it, when I get 4,000 subscriber, guys, which I'm close to 3.7 now, I'm going to give away the FPV Mini. So, but you got to be a subscriber, guys. Jump in.
So you're giving away Bryan's FPV Mini?
Oh, yeah. Brian, is that all right with you? Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, well, Brad, what do you got to say? You're not talking much up there.
I don't even deal with those drones. I've got DJI products, and I don't even mess with any of that stuff.
Smart man.
The only thing I don't have is the only thing I do have is an Emax Tiny Hawk 2.
Well, that's what I said in my first video with the Hubsan Mini. I said, if you like, what did I say? If you like calibrating nonstop and being aggravated to the hills, buy one. I said, buy 20 of them. Then you'll really be happy. Yeah, be happy as heck.
I know.
One of the most frustrating drones I've ever owned. No question about it.
Well, you know what? The firmware update is kind of a pain in the butt, too, because you got to unplug the phone and go directly to the drone. You're like,
I did that when I
what the heck?
And everything. I'm like, what?
All right, so we need to put together the pros and cons, what you like about it and what you don't like about it, and create a video, and then we'll see which how everybody handles it.
Can I give you one of the biggest pros? Al?
Cameron?
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot,
this is no question the most stable, best flying drone that Hubsan has ever produced, period. Flies better than any Hubsan drone I've ever flown.
Agreed. It really is good. And I was flying it at SpinuUp, man. It flew well at SpinuUp. It really did. And I got a bunch of really good, cool shots out of it. I mean, I could annoy everybody and do videos all day, but I promise I won't do it. Otherwise, everybody start dropping anyway. But all right, so let's talk about the Xeno Pros. What do you like about it? You like it that's stable. Brian, you've had it up in the air a few times now. What do you like about it so far? Nothing.
Be honest, Brian.
Well, so far it hasn't shown me anything. The video don't look better than the FPV.
All right, shoot in manual this time.
It's got tons of jello and the I got to work it out. Let me talk to me in a few weeks, and then I'll let you know. I haven't even got it all worked out yet.
It's probably not fair for the drone right now because you've had such a horrible experience.
Right. I mean,
you want to talk about your experience?
It's not fair for me to expect to be able to take it out of the box and use it. That's not fair. I need to go through 3 weeks of torture, pull my hair out, and drill my teeth out, and then I could give you an opinion on it. It's just
right. Yeah, Maddie says he's loved you, wants to bury you, man. Yeah, no, we definitely love you, man. That's
the FPV Mini. The only problem I had with the FPV Mini was that it was hard for me to get the update to stick. It kept downloading it and kicking it out. So
wow!
I figured out how to do it. So I'm sitting there, download. And it was only a real small 20 megabyte thing. So it went real quick, Okay, it was kick out, kick out, kick out. And after about 100 times of doing that, finally I turned off the Wi-Fi and let it go through the data of the phone.
Yeah, it worked? It's stuck. Oh, okay.
And it stuck. When it did it through the phone data instead of Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And then I haven't had a problem since. It's flying great.
Well, we never really did get a couple days to go out there and fly the FPV Mini and shoot it out of the sky like Sean Oz was shooting.
That would be fun.
Hey,
I want to be the shooter.
Idaho Quadcopters here. He has like 4 of them, so we might as well shoot him out of the air.
Yeah. So, do you want me to kind of go through that real quick, Al? I mean, we'll take just a second.
Yes, please do.
To talk about that. So, the original FPV Mini that I got, I did the old send it out over the Snake River Canyon, and it actually, it flew pretty good and had a pretty good flight. A couple times the gimbal went a little wonky on it, and kind of moved around a little bit, but it did all right. And then the next time I tried to fly it, I was over at the schoolyard next door to me, And I was getting everything ready, putting the pad out and all that, and I had the drone in my hand, and I flipping dropped it.
I know, it broke the gimbal.
Broke the arm, and it didn't break the gimbal, but it tore the ribbon cable on the gimbal.
Oh, that's a camera.
Yeah. So I was able to actually glue the arm, and it actually flies great. But of course, the gimbal is horked. Well, I kind of went back and forth with FEMI, wanting them to, I just wanted to buy a ribbon cable or whatever, and maybe send it to my friend Al and have him put the cable on for me. But what they did, really nice of FEMI, they just sent me another drone. They just said, you know what, Marcus, we're just going to send you another one. So they sent me another drone, and that one had nothing but problems with the gimbal was just horrible on the gimbal. I mean, I don't know if you saw any of those videos. The gimbal would just go all kinds of crazy on it, and so I wrote them about that one, and they sent me another one, and that third one, I couldn't get it. Oh no, excuse me, I got those backwards. It's the one that wouldn't stay. That second one was the one that wouldn't stay connected. It would be 100 feet away and it would lose connection. I couldn't maintain a connection for whatever reason. Then the third one is the one where the gimbal went crazy. So and the whole time FEMI is writing to me saying, "Hey, we see your videos and we want to help." And I'm going, "Cool," and so they actually, then that third one, they made me send it back to them, which was no big deal. I was happy to do it, and they sent me a fourth one, and the fourth one
actually was a winner.
Yeah.
Well, I want to welcome Steve Carpenter. I'm sorry to hear you got bronchitis. We all got bronchitis when we were at SpinuUp. We talked so much. I swear, if it wasn't for the
whole time I was there.
Yeah. So, we were having that conversation. We don't talk for 2 or 3 hours straight while we're meeting there. We are amazing, right?
Hey, Marcus, what did you say about that FEMI? Was it losing the connection?
And I'm not the only one, because Ron had the same problems with his. Ron had the bad combination of gimbal problems and connection, but it just was not reliable, Brian. Sometimes it would get, like 100 feet away, and it would lose connection and go under RTH, and it just,
I was trying to troubleshoot and watching your videos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's standing right next to his Wi-Fi repeater. He needs to move away.
Yeah, a lot of people had all kinds of good suggestions, and I literally tried everything. I actually used the remote from my other drone. I used, instead of my iPhone, I used my Google Pixel 3. I tried all kinds of stuff, and none of it helped. So clearly it was some kind of problem with the drone.
All right, so we got a comment here from EM Drones. What is he saying? When flying the M3 over water low, be ready. Be careful, it wants to land. Also, without GPS, it flies in ATI mode. Agreed. So be careful over water, guys, that's for sure. And don't do the Billy Kyle, right?
This thing is going to spend a lot of time over water, Al. I'm just telling you.
Agreed. Yeah.
Well, what you got to do, and I do this, you guys know, any of you guys know that ever watch any of my videos, I do a lot of those low water shots where you'll see the reflection of the drone in there. I do that a lot. I actually test these drones before I even make these videos. Okay? I go out there into the field every time I take out a drone, and I find that little sweet spot where the drone will stop but won't force land. See, that's the whole key to not letting that drop in the water on you.
I'm going to interrupt you.
What that sweet spot is.
Thank you, Rodney.
So
have a great
go out
great
there
night.
And you fly your drone out there. As a matter of fact, I was just testing the FEMI Mini the other day, testing that same exact thing when I made the video at the park. I was testing the sweet spot. How low can I take this before it's going to want to start landing? So I always do that before I take these out and shoot those low water shots with the reflection and all that. So the Anafi fell in the water, but that was a completely different thing. That had nothing to do with it. That was just a bad connection on the battery.
Yeah, and just sat there and dropped. Yeah,
but every one of these drones, they'll never be the exact same height when they want to auto land. They'll always be one will be a little higher than the other. They're not all set exactly the same.
Well, the other thing that can happen over water, particularly running water, that can fool the optical flow sensor. In other words, the drone thinks it's moving when it's not, and it'll try and counter that. So you just have to pay attention to
Right. But there still is with DJI, they still has that sweet spot
right.
where it'll stop, and then if you keep going down, it'll land. Even
Right.
if you don't want it to, it'll start coming down. So you just have to find that spot and don't go past. When it says stop, you stop.
Right.
When you're bringing it down and it stops on its own, then you let go of the stick. Don't push it, because it'll just go right in. It'll go right in the water. So, but all you have to do is go test that outside. You can do that in your driveway. You can test that.
All right. So while on SpinuUp, I challenged you, Marcus, and I told you I was going to give you $100 a Benjamin if you flew under that bridge. Did you make
have
it?
that picture I sent? Yeah.
Yeah, I got the picture.
Okay.
So, all right, let me pull up the picture. Keep talking about it, a little bit about your experience we had there. Brad, you can speak to that too, where we're at the lake.
Yeah, I was going to welcome in DeMarco. He's in the house.
Hey,
FSU
DeMarco.
Brad 03. Yep, that bridge was pretty cool.
Well, what it was is there were a couple of lakes, ponds, whatever you want to call them, artificial that were kind of in the middle of this park, and there was a big fountain going up in the middle of all of them. And at the far end of this park, there's this little pedestrian bridge, right? Just a small little pedestrian bridge, and Al walks up to me and he goes, hey, he literally pulled a $100 bill out of his wallet. He says, hey, I'll give you $100 if you fly under that bridge. Yeah, so that you need to show a picture of that bridge, Al.
I'm trying to find it. You put that in the group chat, not just the chat.
I texted it to you is what I did.
Oh, you texted it. Oh, crap.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it's going to be.
I got to hook up my phone to.
Yeah.
I got to hook up my phone to my computer. Give me a second, and I'll get it. Yeah, so that location was so nice. I mean, because there were so many things happening. You had the hotel, you had the bars, you had the restaurants.
The big thing about it is there was so much built up around that area, but that lake and that surrounding area was such a nice parkish kind of area that didn't really, I don't want to say it didn't fit in that area, but it was really nice to be in the middle of all that. The hotels, the Costco, the restaurants. It was a really nice place for people to hang out and walk around, and
Brad, see, you're talking the best part. DeMarco went over to Costco and got us a couple of pizzas.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
That's right. Very nice of him. It was really good pizza too, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's because I was really hungry.
All right, so I'm going to see if I can show that, but you'll have to bear with me because it's going to take me a little bit.
Hey, but I don't know about you, Marcus. I'm having withdrawals. I posted that in the chat earlier. It's bittersweet.
I wish Brian could have been there.
But I know it.
Yeah, it is just. The camaraderie, just hanging out with everybody having kind of the same kind of outlook on the hobby and stuff. It was like I said yesterday on Johnny's show, I still got a contact high out of the whole thing. It was it was really cool. I think we all felt it. I mean, man, hanging around with just some awesome people. Mike Wright, Ron Brown, tons of people. There it is. That's the bridge.
All right, so as you can see, I was going to fly my FPV drone out under here, but what was happening is when you have a lot of DJI drones and you have your FPV drones, the DJI drones just crushed our signals.
Yeah.
And so I just did not want to do it with DJI drones up in the air. And there was Ron had his Mavic 2 Pro. Marcus had you had the Mini SC.
No, hold it just a second, Al. I didn't have just the Mini SE. I had the Johnny Mini SE.
That's right. The Johnny. That's right.
Yeah.
Did he buy it from you? What?
No. It's kind of a running joke. So we're always joking about, how anybody can take an order for a drone, right? I mean, like Banggood, they'll take a pre-order and the drone isn't even available for 4 months. Johnny said he would take an order for the Mini SE, so I renamed the drone the Johnny Mini SE. So yeah, that's kind of where we're coming from there.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Oh boy.
Hey, so Johnny's bringing up something, Al, that we need to talk about. Our friend Joe Blaylock, he flew under that big bridge, the one where the waterfall was.
Yeah.
He flew. He had his Mini 2. He went down the waterfall because you literally had to go down to get to the level that you could go through that tunnel, and then he flew the Mini through the tunnel. And when he tells the story, he got about halfway through the tunnel and he lost GPS.
Yeah.
So the concern was at that point then, hey, if it wanted to return home, it would go straight up, hit the ceiling, and then hit the water, right? So but he was able to get through the other side.
I mean, the only thing to do is just tell it. Really, you should just tell it to hover in place, and then you can walk to it and get a signal back. I mean, the ideal thing is just be directly across that culvert. Do you remember there was 3 culverts to let the water out? One of them was walking through it.
Right.
So you could be straight across it and fly through it, or just stand there. So you knew your signal was going to bounce right through that culvert. That's what I would have done, but I didn't do it.
The issue there, though, is that waterfall on the other side, Al. You had to kind of go. You would have to, if you flew from the Springfield Suites side or the Costco side, you would have to go up before you got out of there. Or if you flew from that lake side, you had to go.
Yeah.
You had to go down. I will say this: Johnny and I were with World of Oz, Sean Oz, and he took his Skydio with the height floor off. And he had us follow it. He had it follow us through that pedestrian tunnel.
That's amazing, right? Cool. That was really cool. And I brought my Skydio with me, and I flew it at Johnny's house, but I did not fly it at SpinuUp. I should have. All right, so I want to show you something. Remember when I did the panorama with all the people standing? I don't know if you remember that or not.
I've seen a preview of this picture.
Yeah, let me see if I can bring it up. This is funny as heck. All right, I'm going to go ahead and...
So the premise to all this is, you need to stand still for the most part for a panoramic to work when there's people in it.
Yeah, and I kept saying stand still.
Al said it over and over again.
Yeah,
stand still.
But
all right, so I'm going to zoom in.
Particular set of guys that didn't move, didn't listen.
Sergio lost his head. No head on Sergio. That's what happens. You got your head cut off because you moved. Look at Sergio's head over here.
Oh, that's funny.
You see what I'm talking about?
And Rob, third eye view, part of his head is gone. It's just gone.
Hey, it looks like he's got a cigarette in his mouth.
He's got Rob looks like a cyborg in that shot.
Look at Rob. Oh, geez, I miscalled. Is this Rob here?
That's Rob, third eye view.
Third eye view.
Oh, okay. See this gentleman back here looks just like Rob. I was like, for a second, I was like, oh my God, that's Fred back here, I think. He's the FPV flyer that was in this Mustang.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. But anyway, I mean, all right, so I'll go ahead and scoot back. Maybe I can, these are the drones. Maybe not the picture I was wanting.
That's not the bulk of them. There's a nice looking group right there.
Yeah, everybody got mad at me because I was like pushing them around. You guys stand over here. Stand
Turn
over
around.
there. Turn around. But I'll find the other picture. There's another picture here that I wanted to show you. Where'd it go?
I got the one. I actually know which one you're talking about, and I have it.
This one. This is the panoramic view of all the drones.
Well, that wasn't the bulk of them, Al. There was 7 of them up there at one time, I think.
Yeah, you're right about that. And this is the only cats I was able to corral. So, but this is a panorama shot, and you can see here an artifact right there. There's a prop back here where it must have moved. Who was flying the one with the red skins? You remember?
I think that's Mike Wrights.
Michael Wrights. Wrights. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's Michael's. Okay. All right. Enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and stop that. All right. So we're doing pretty good, man.
Who was that real big, tall giant?
Oh, that's Kai.
Oh, Kai.
Yeah. God, he made everybody look like a midget. I saw him standing next to Johnny Drone Flyer.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
Hey, Al, I pulled that picture up. It's in waiting if you want to show it real quick.
Okay, I will.
So,
Let
Brian,
me go ahead.
There's one picture where Johnny is standing on a picnic table.
Right.
And Kai is still taller than him.
Right.
Yeah. Now, there's the one with when we had all the drones in the air. 7 of them at once.
Yeah, and you can see
what are they all?
There's a Mavic 2 doing a panorama right there. Right. So there were 7 right there, 6, yep. 7. So I must have cut out somebody. I don't know how, but I did.
I think they put them all up right there after you took those other pictures.
Yeah. He said, "Did you see what Maddie's doing? I'm framing that pic of our drones together." Yeah, man, I would too. Right?
Yeah, good picture.
Yeah, very good picture if you ask me. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed that the whole trip. It was just amazing, really.
It was. It was a good trip.
Was. I'm not sure what I'm doing now, but I'm going to try to.
Did you see DeMarco's comment there, Al? I mean, not trying to bring anything up here, but
no, I missed it. Do I need to highlight it?
Well, you can highlight it if you want. He's just bringing back a memory of Sunday when we were all out flying, and you were flying your FPV drone, and he was driving an RC car.
Yeah, and I decided to give him a good bump, right?
You gave him a kiss.
I kissed him, that's right. I actually looked at the video when I kissed him. I think here's a car, and I came in, and right before I hit him, I yawed, so I skimmed off the top of his head and flew away. Right? I left prop marks on his car, man, as I hit him.
So did the video turn out? Seriously, Al, did you?
Yeah, you want to see it?
Well, that's what DeMarco is asking for there.
Okay. I'll look for it. You guys carry on, my friends.
DeMarco, we don't need to get that graphic.
Oh man, I'm sorry I haven't been keeping up with the chat, Brad. You keep me straight, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'm watching.
Okay, so this would have been DJI goggles because my.
Did you see Maddie's there? He's saying he's 6'4", and Kai made him feel small.
I know.
That's me. I'm 6'4" as well. I had to look up at him.
Are you kidding?
It's not common.
Huh?
He's 7-footer, man.
What, 7 foot or something?
7 feet.
Yeah.
Brian, let me put it to you this way. There were times, people were flying drones around. He literally could have grabbed him out of the sky a couple times. No joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he looked awfully tall in that picture. Because I only seen that one picture of him and Johnny. Johnny was like, oh, this guy's a giant.
Yeah.
Well, I must admit, Marcus, when you were doing the audience mode, when I was flying that FPV, you made me nervous, man. I don't know why, because you were watching how I was flying.
He did great. I got Brian. I got to fly with Al. I got to put on the goggles and
did you?
While he was flying FPV.
Wow. I can't do that FPV. I get motion sickness. I can't do that. Yeah.
I tried it a little bit myself, Brian, while I was there. I put on the V2 goggles and flew Michael Wright's DJI FPV, and I flew it around the AMA field. I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 loops, and I was sitting down, but it started to get to me. But I get motion sickness anyway. But you know, Kelly Shore says you kind of get over it after a while, and I don't know if I'll ever find out.
Hey, look at how he named the video.
Yeah. Okay, here it is, and you know, I'm just chasing a couple other guys here, and I think this has got a TBS Crossfire on it. So I just missed him. Did you notice that? I went right under him, and
yeah, by an inch.
Yeah, by an inch. And then so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get him. I know I can buzz him, and so I'm buzzing him, you know, and it's just kind of one of the things, you know, you kind of do when you're learning to fly FPV. Can I really track this thing? And I've only been flying since March, so I haven't been flying that much. So it was time to just kind of, you know, keep track of them. And unfortunately, I had broken my Caddx peanut right off the drone with Marcus's flight, and then I look over here and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a truck over there, and I'm going to go find it. So, yeah, it was, I don't know where the truck comes into the side. That's why we're watching so much of it. Yeah, I was doing a little tree trimming there, guys. So, I did a little bit of that at Johnny, and he still owes me some money because I trimmed this tree in the front.
There goes another drone.
And there goes the car. I go, oh, let's get that car. I saw it go by, and so I think that was Greg Harley that came by, and there's the car.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Which, by the way, that car of DeMarco's was fast.
Yeah,
it was.
There we go.
I couldn't keep up with it. I couldn't even keep up with it with my car.
So I'm like, go, dude, go.
I think mine goes about 40 miles an hour. I think he said his goes almost 60.
What was cool is that grass was a little bit wet, and they were leaving rooster tails.
Rooster tails everywhere. Yeah. Shoot, Michael Wright was driving, and he hit me head on and kind of busted. He kind of busted my spindle on my front end.
There it is. That's where I hit him right there.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, let's play it again. He stops, and then I don't know what I was trying to do. Bam.
No.
I didn't go down. but it was like, oh, game on. Look, everybody over here on the left side was looking.
Tap there.
So DeMarco's, there you go, buddy.
DeMarco is saying that is an Arma Typhoon 3S.
Oh, nice.
He was hauling butt, that's for sure.
I know.
That's a quick car.
Yeah. And so there it is, guys. I was just like trying to keep up with it at the same time, trying not to crash, because my camera angle is only like 25%. So when I womp it, I got to be staring at the grass when I womp it. But I'll tell you what, Greg's keeping up with it. See it? He's having the same problem too to dive in. So anyway, enough of that. We'll go ahead and put it back here to our guests.
Hey, I just got a delivery. That's my case for the FPV Mini. Just got knocked on the door.
Oh, yay. That looks like a nice case.
I just happen to have it sitting right here. Yay.
Awesome.
No, it'll fit in there some way or another. But there it is. Nothing's supposed to be here forever. It came from China, and it only took 5 days.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Man.
I guess that one boat got unloaded.
I'll tell you what's weird for me about this guy right now is it's been a long time since I've had a drone that was this heavy. You know, I'm used to flying, you know, like even the Air 2S.
Right.
I mean, I had a Mavic too. I sold it, I don't know, several months ago. And wow, I picked this thing up and I'm going, wow, that's a drone.
Hey, Marcus, I'll be honest with you. You know what I flew the other day? I flew the Xeno 2.
Oh, yeah. The Plus just as...
That's a good drone.
Beast. That's a
It is.
Oh yeah, and it's
As a matter of
powerful.
fact, I made a comment when I was landing it. I said, "Man, this is Evo 2 territory here." You know, it's a
heavy.
beast.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
You know, that was-
the drone.
That was the only two drones I was going to take. It was the Mini Pro from Zino, because I know everybody was going to hate me for it, including Marcus. and the Zino too. No, I know. I'm sorry. I know would hate me for bringing a drone. But yeah, I mean, that's amazing.
You know, that Xeno 2, the only thing I don't like about it, it's got terrible lens flare.
Yeah.
Terrible. The lens flare. I'll tell you, they improved it a little bit, Brian, on the Xeno 2 Plus. The Xeno 2 Plus is a solid product, man. The only
That's what
problem
I'm keeping.
the only problem I have
keeping.
with that drone is it's a typical Xeno. As it gets down low,
Right.
it's moving around and all that. But when you're up in the air, you don't even know it. You know, when you're
I
flying
think
around,
I said that on one of your broadcasts a long time ago. Once you get up in the air, it doesn't mean
Yeah, it really
Just
doesn't mean it.
just watch it when it's like head high in front of you. Just keep your eye on it.
Yeah.
You know, 5,
because
6
the son of a
feet
gun
up in
will
the air.
try and take your head off. It will.
Yeah, right. But
All right.
that's when you have to watch it. But once you get up 100 feet and you're out, half a mile, it doesn't matter. You know?
Totally agree, Brian.
That's what happens when you miss your gate, guy, trying to run the track.
I gotta sit here and feel
Oh man!
Yay!
Yeah.
Hey, so Marcus, you said something about that thing, the weight of it and everything, flying a drone of that size. I was very surprised to find out that also today I found out that thing's lighter than the Mavic 2 Pro.
It is, just by a few grams. Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
You mean the 3?
Yeah.
The 3 is
It's
lighter
lighter.
than the 2 Pro.
Lighter than the 2. Yeah.
It looks bigger.
It does. And it
Well,
is
it's got a bigger
visually.
It's
It
all
is
about the carbon arms, I think, right?
Yeah, well, what's weird, is these arms. I mean, it's like a damn spider. I mean,
Right.
boy, I mean, it's and look at how Brian, look at how narrow these arms are.
Plus, I like the way it sits like that. I like that.
Well, the other thing is, Brian, when it's sitting on the ground, I can get my whole hand underneath the gimbal, so that gimbal is not going to hit the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I wonder if you're going to be able to get a gimbal protector for it. You know how you get those sun shields that kind of help out for direct frontal impacts? I use them.
Here we go, guys.
What's the purpose of the split camera, the little top section in the bottom?
This top guy is 7 times optical zoom.
Oh, that's the zoom. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I know I seen in the promo video the zoom. I didn't know that's what that was. Okay.
And the bottom
That's
one goes to
zooming
4x. The bottom one goes to 4x, and when they're combined, you go all the way up to 28x.
Up to 28.
Digitally.
When they say optical zoom, this is important for people to understand. It's not like, when you think of a zoom lens on a camera, how the lens is moving in and out. This does not do that like the Mavic 2 Zoom did. That thing actually moved. This does not do that. It is a fixed 7 by zoom, and then when it's zooming farther, it's cropping.
Right.
Hey, Chris, thanks for joining, man. Sunrise Water Media is here.
Oh,
It
nice.
does fit in there. See, it does fit.
Yeah, I think I have that same case, Brian. I ordered one of those too.
It was real cheap. I don't
Yeah.
know, $13, $16 or something. It was
Yeah, and it's just great. It helps you stay organized,
And I got a lot of extra room here because I only have one battery, so I
Yeah. Hey, Brian, they sent me one of their Pro batteries.
yeah, I'm gonna get a couple.
Well, let me tell you, I used it a couple times, and now it's dead. I can't charge it or anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, no. But
Yeah.
I want to show you my case right here. This is the my case. Let me go ahead and see if I can do this. Yeah, this one here. This one's rock solid, man. Look at all the freaking
Yeah,
batteries
look
in
at
that
that.
thing.
Wow.
Yeah, in fact, that's the same style as my case. I mean, the outside is different, but the inside looks the same as my case. So,
I mean, we were able to carry a lot of stuff down there with Brad's car, but I really did not want to, overload his car. I could have.
hey, tell me the truth, Brad. how many drones did he really try and bring? I mean, was your car squatting because he had all the drones?
All I know is that he brought at least 5 backpacks.
No, it was 4.
Okay, 4. I brought 2.
Yeah, but you brought the big old bin.
I brought a tub to hold all my small drone stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, we miss you, Brian. Should next time, man, we'll have to have you there.
Oh, good Lord, I can't. I'm still working. Okay, I'm still working. I just hit 64 the other day, so
I totally get it.
got another couple of years to go before I can think about doing anything. And then I'm such a go-getter. I'll retire and then I'll go work a 30-hour-a-week job or something.
Walmart.
Brian, let me tell you, I am busier as a retired man than I ever was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I hear you. Like today, my wife and I decided, you want to go to the beach today? And I go, no, let's go to the mountains. So off we go to the mountains to a brewery to have lunch. And we did the sampler, and then I barely made it back here in time to set everything up. And then Brad goes, Al, the link you put in all the Facebook groups has the StreamYard link, not the Tyrannified link.
Hey, so
I'm like going back, and Brian's like, do you want me to just delete it? I go, I think I fixed it.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what. I think next year, I'm looking at buying one of them kayaks. I'm thinking about getting one of them. So
yeah, no, I agree.
You know, I've been doing a lot of these bike videos, and I go out on these trails. Well, at all these trailheads, there's always water. I mean, these trails all run along the river. I've made videos of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's always people dropping these kayaks in at these little trailheads. And I talked to some guy about a month ago, and he goes, man, this is great fun. He goes, you got to get one of these. He goes, you just dunk it in the river, jump in and go.
Yeah. I mean,
take one of these little mini drones, have it on the end there, and get down in the middle of the river, take it off.
That would be fun.
And let it go in the drink.
You know what? I'm totally with you. I even modified of course, I Tyrannified my kayak. So I put a motor on the back of mine, and I put the battery up front. I put a tiller on.
Let me guess, Al. Small block Chevy.
The problem is if you cut the engine too tight to make the turn, it'll just torque you right over, man. It's just like, you're like,
yeah. Well, that's not going to work out if I have the drone in there. I have to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy told me, he goes, man, these are great fun, man. He goes, you got to get one. So
yeah,
it's really not a big investment. It's not like they cost a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Should be able to pick one up for a couple hundred bucks.
Huh? Cheaper than an e-bike?
Oh yeah. Those e-bikes are expensive. Those things
absolutely.
You know that. You got one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they sure rock, don't they, guys?
I love these bikes.
I sure would like to have one.
I'm kind of like into the scooters now. I use the bikes, but I originally got the 4 that I have, and I never bought any more. I've just been doing the scooters,
Seriously, Brian, you're on that subject. Those scooters have always made me a little nervous for 2 reasons. One, a balance perspective, and then 2, what happens when you hit rocks or stuff, because stuff is in the road sometimes.
It all depends what kind of tires you got.
Okay.
If you have solid tires, okay, you'll get more kick out. Okay, so the solid tire ones, the advantage is you won't get any flats. The disadvantage is they don't handle as good. They're squirrely, so you got to adapt to that. But on the ones that have just like a car tire, rims with the tire on there and filled with air, some things are stable as hell.
Yeah. Yeah,
they're
unforgiving.
These 2 scooters that'll go real fast. I'm rocking them things 40 miles an hour all the time.
Man, oh man, dude, are you wearing a helmet and all that?
I don't wear a helmet or the pads or nothing.
Listen, well, you're an old motorcycle guy, Brian. You used to ride sport bikes, right?
Right. Ninjas and shit like that, yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Careful out there, man.
So yeah, I don't wear. I mean, believe me, on my channel, I hear all kinds of grief about it all the time. People saying, "Oh, you ain't got a helmet on." All that. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I
See,
know,
it's
man.
It's not in our state, in Pennsylvania. You don't. It's not mandatory. I don't have to have one.
Well, same in Idaho. Yeah.
You know, so I mean, you have to wear a helmet if you're under 14 or something like that. But these scooters, people don't understand. I mean, I understand why they only make these things go 20 miles an hour. Okay, I get it. Because once you get on one of these, it is, and I know you guys don't watch those videos, but I explained this in a video I made once. There's this little threshold. There's this speed that you hit when you're on one of these scooters and you're going, and say you get to like 23 miles an hour. Well, as soon as you hit 24 miles an hour, it feels like you're going 50. There's like this quantum leap in the way it feels. And boy, if you're not ready for it, you could panic and get really hurt. It's a really weird feeling. It's like you hit this, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like you hit this time continuum. You're doing like 22, 23 miles an hour, and you just go a couple miles an hour faster, and it feels like you're doing double speed.
Hey,
it's
so
really weird.
Let me ask you this, Brian. So, again, you're a motorcycle guy, and you know how, a high-speed wobble can, I mean, there's times you get in a wobble, you can't recover no matter what you do. Right. Often if you just let go of the bars, you can recover. But what about those scooters? Because I noticed like there's no rake to them at all. That it's just straight up and down.
Well, a couple of my real good scooters that go real fast, they have dampers on them.
Okay.
Okay. So some of the higher end, I've got actually 4 kind of higher end scooters.
Yeah.
And they have like wide tires on them and, stuff like that. And a couple of them have dampers on there. So you really don't even get that wobble. And I know some of these little $500 ones I got, they don't make them go that fast to where you're going to have that issue. They kind of cap these at like 20 miles an hour, these $500 ones that you can go to Best Buy and, that the most your average people buy. So they kind of cap them off at 20 miles an hour.
All right. What drone took this picture?
Well, all I know is one of those people in that picture is not wearing shoes. Guess which one?
We know who it is.
All right, I was trying to hide the controller, but that controller gives it away.
Tom Rudy, our friend 10 Toes over there, is not wearing shoes. Yeah.
And you can see Kai in the background there.
I see Ed there. I haven't seen him in forever.
And there's Kai. Yeah. Look at Kai.
He's way back there, and he still looks tall.
Yeah, that was the Xeno Mini Pro taking that picture, guys.
Yeah.
All right, quadcopter time.
B-copter there.
Oh yeah, well I sent them an email today. I said, "Where the hell's my damn drone?"
Oh, you still haven't got yours.
I forgot you ordered one, didn't you? Way back when?
It's paid for.
Yeah.
The guy goes, "Well, we're shipping them." This was a couple of weeks ago. He goes, "Well, we're shipping them on a who come first served basis." I said, "I ordered this thing in 2019. How much first come can I get here?"
Right.
How many more people ordered that thing before me?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. And to your point, Brian, do you think Aldrin Estacio and Ken Herron ordered theirs? No, they sent them out to them.
Well, of course they did it, and they should. I mean, they got to.
And they should. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But I paid for mine.
Right. So you should get it. You should have it.
I sent him an email today. I said, "Hey, look, I could go buy one on Amazon today, and it could be here tomorrow. Why didn't you send mine yet?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What the heck?
You know why, Brian? Because you only paid what, $600 for yours, and
yep,
yeah.
So you're in the back.
How much are they? They're $1,300.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the quadcopter taking off after, look at everybody hovered around here like little girls watching a movie. And it took a while for Ken to get this going. I'm surprised he kept his temper.
Well, he was getting a little
Yeah. So anyway, there it is, guys. We can see everybody else like zooming in right around it. So it was a good time, man. I'm probably going to relive this thing.
Damn, there it is.
It's right there.
It's right there.
Let me grab it. It's just a toy I want to play with.
He had such a hard time getting that thing up and running. I think Aldrin ended up helping him, right?
Yeah.
Well, you guys, did you watch Maddie's show on Tuesday night? Did you hear Aldrin's confession on that show?
No.
Oh.
I thought Aldrin lived in Hawaii.
No, you're thinking of I can't think of his name right now, the guy that lives in Hawaii. But no, Aldrin lives in San Diego.
No, Barry. I mean,
yeah, you guys are losing it too.
I am.
Anyway,
about, Marcus?
Flight Path.
Yeah,
Aldrin.
I thought he lived in Hawaii.
No, he lives in San Diego.
San Diego, yeah.
I thought he was another Hawaiian.
No, But anyway,
Barry Markowitz or whatever his name is.
He hit a tree.
Oh.
What?
He hit a tree with his V-copter. He had it tracking him and hit a tree. In fact, he should have a video. He said he was going to post a video.
I guess that obstacle avoidance ain't that good, huh?
Well, he didn't blame it on the drone. He said it was his fault. So I don't know exactly.
I don't use obstacle avoidance anyway. I turn it off on the Evos and that too. So I turn mine off on the Evo when I'm flying my Evo 2. I turn it off. I don't like it. I don't like the way the drone acts when it's low to the ground with the obstacle avoidance. Constantly pulling up and all that. I don't like that.
I turn mine off too. It doesn't make sense. The style of flying we do, why to have it on? He's got to eat up all that CPU power and then batteries.
Just don't run into stuff. That's all.
Yeah.
Watch what you're doing.
Just fly higher or something.
Right.
Careful.
I'm a chicken.
You're a chicken. You leave them on.
I do, yeah. For the most part, I don't on
I'm
this.
going to tell you what, Marcus. If you had an Evo 2, you would turn it off.
Yeah. So
because believe me, it's very annoying. Okay.
You guys missed this already? You missed this hotel?
Well, what you're looking at there is the Hampton. Nobody stayed there. That's still under construction.
Oh no, it was this one back here.
Yeah. That one on the right there. Yeah.
But
that one, the Spring Hill Suites.
Yeah.
And by the way, all those down there, Al, I did a couple laps around this thing. Those are all sculptures down there.
I know, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, and I was shooting in manual mode with the Xeno Mini Pro to get all these shots. So anyway, enough of that.
Well, your footage with that Xeno Mini Pro looks a lot better than mine. I'll just say that.
I'm doing all manual.
Me too.
Do all manual, guys. It really makes a difference. That thing is just... It swings back and forth on the white balance so much and changes ISO. When you're watching all your settings, you'll see your camera settings changing all the freaking time. And
I always lock the white balance every time.
Can you lock it?
Yeah. You go in and just what I do, Brian, is I get the drone in the air, look at where the white balance is at, and then put it in manual mode, and it'll just stay on that setting.
Yeah, but do the ISO and shutter speed too.
When you get it set to in the manual, if you get it set, it'll stay right there.
Yes,
it won't do that dropping in and out.
Right.
It's sunny day, ISO 100, and shoot at 3,200 frames per second or 6,400 frames per second. That's my template so far.
Al, I heard that somebody made a comment on one of my videos too that they said one of the secrets is that sunny day setting. That really
That's
helps.
a new way of doing it. Hey, Steve, have a safe trip, buddy.
I think we pushed past 8 o'clock, Al, but we can keep going. No big deal.
Honestly, my wife is quite frankly, has just about got dinner ready, and I'm a fat guy.
Okay. Well, on that note, is there anything you want to promote? What do we call it, Brett? Shameless promotion.
Shameless promotion.
All right, we'll
Hey,
go
Marcus.
around.
Hey, Marcus, what about that bee wine?
So it's the same thing. It's a twin.
Sea fly.
Yeah, well, you've got it. It actually flies pretty good. You'll see it has a good connection.
Yeah,
the camera.
I didn't watch your video because I wanted to make my video. I never watched somebody else's video. I want to judge it on my own.
Yeah. It's a good drone. Other than the camera, the video quality is crap. Other than that, it works good.
I thought the range on it for a toy, because I consider it to be a toy. Okay, even though it's expensive, I consider it to be a toy.
What's the price point on it, Brian?
$400.
Yeah.
Dang.
But you can buy the SJRC version for like $220 or something.
Right, right. It's cheap.
the identical drone.
Right. But this thing, I took it out, I don't know, was it 280 meters, and it had full bars. I could have went a lot further.
Brian, I flew it out a kilometer.
Did you?
Oh, nice.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I just turned around because I wasn't planning on staying out that long with it, but I was shocked because most toy drones won't go that far.
Well, this is its big brother, and this thing is supposed to go 3 kilometers.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to do it, but
right. But what I did notice about the bee wine when I did my unboxing was that when I opened up the antennas, there was actually wires in there.
There's wires in both of them. I know it. Yeah.
Not fake.
So you knew it was probably going to go more than 100 feet without dropping out,
Yeah.
I hate that with those toys when they exaggerate that range. It drives me crazy because it's all BS.
It is.
They say this crap about 3 kilometer, and you're lucky if it'll go 59 feet. And you're
I had this one that they sent me, Brian. They said it had an 8K camera.
8K.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think it was lucky. I think it was 720p or something.
Well, it takes pictures. It's got 8,000 pixels in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I have one like that too. That Exo drone. It has 4K camera. It's 4K photos, but not 4K video. The video is like 3p.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Let's see, what's going on next week for you, Brad? Anything special?
No, not really. Just after being gone quite a bit for SpinuUp and then a previous trip to Florida, got things, a honeydew list probably that's way out of control. So be working around the house right much and kind of get my laser engraver going again. I've got some commission jobs on that I got to work on. But other than that, try to fly the drone every once in a while and have some fun with that as well.
Well, if you want to fly, let me know.
Thank you, Brad.
Looks nice.
There you go. How about you, Brian? Anything happening? What do you got in the queue?
No, I got all this stuff. Marcus knows I got about 5 or 6 things coming, so I'm probably not going to be able to fly anything good because I'm going to be stuck farting around with these junky ass toys. But I always keep saying I'm never going to do this anymore.
I know. I heard that last one.
But the thing is, I always give this crap away to people, and they enjoy it. So. I keep none of this stuff that I get from these guys. I keep none of it. And I even send it to these subscribers for free. I don't even charge them for the shipping. I just
I'll say this, Brian. Awesome. I need an e-bike, so that's all I'm gonna say.
That's not junk.
They're a lot of fun, man.
That Jetson at Costco, $299.
That's what I got. I got one of those.
Well, I know. That's where I found out about it.
Yeah.
I'm 6'4", so it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for me to
27-inch, 28-inch,
14-inch.
Yeah.
But that Jetson, man, what a great value for that.
Yeah, I know. Costco's got it for like $329 right now.
And that thing will go 13 miles on throttle only. For somebody like me, so I'm like 170, 180 pounds. It'll go 13 miles on throttle. And if I pedal, I can get 20 out of it.
And it's foldable, so you put it in any car. So it's small.
You can throw it in the back seat,
Yeah.
Just take the seat off and drop the handlebars down.
FSU Gray. Who's that FSC? I always forget. FSU.
FSU Grad 03?
DeMarco.
Come on, Al.
Oh my gosh, Marco, my good old buddy. Yeah, slapped me upside the head really hard. Okay, I deserve it. Yeah. So what do you got going on besides testing the Mavic 3?
Yeah, so tomorrow's supposed to be a sunny day, so this guy's going to go out to the Snake River Canyon. So I'm obviously really excited about that. And then Brian's going to laugh. Banggood was really bugging me. They want me to do the review of this thing, and they said, hey, you have to have it done by 11/11. I just sent him an email. I said, you know what, that's not going to happen. So good luck with that. You know,
I don't like when they pressure me. I just tell them screw it.
Yeah, quit sending me drones.
I had this one company, Tom's on. Okay, they sent me a drone, and dude, let me tell you what, this thing was so bad. It was such a piece of crap. And I have had good luck with their products, but they sent me this one real piece of junk. And I got so mad at it, I stomped and did one of my stomps on it. And I just told the lady, I said, oh, it flew away on me.
Yeah.
I just told her it flew away. She goes, okay. And then they sent me another one.
They sent you another one.
Yeah, not of the same one, of their next model. You know?
Hey, anyway,
right, I got to drop. Yeah, we got to drop.
I didn't have the heart to tell her I stomped on it.
I got Drone Seekers on Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern, and then I've got obviously Drone Nation Monday night at 9 p.m. Our good buddy Ron Brown will be home by then, so yeah,
good deal.
I'll be doing Mini Pro reviews and a bunch of FPV reviews. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, man.
Thanks for everybody coming in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, I look forward to chatting with you offline about the Mini Pro.
Oh yeah, Mini Pro.
All right, guys. See you later. Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.